Biliana's always there.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Versus Virus. It is Friday again, and we're together to learn and lunch. So if you've grabbed your lunch, please start eating, and we will help you learn. And what are we going to learn about today? It's going to be the elevator pitch. You know that by now, right? And today, it will be Victoria Vassileva and myself, Biliana Vassileva, helping you create amazing elevator pitches. So welcome, Victoria. Welcome back. I hope you had a lovely week. I heard that you're having a sprint at the Le Wagon in Lausanne at the moment. How are you?
Hi, I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me again. And yes, today we're having a design sprint. So exactly what we did last week. And now we're doing it today with my students.
Beautiful. I wish them luck, and I hope they create amazing products and services, just like the Versus Virus participants, right? So again, Victoria and I will be talking about the elevator pitch today. And as you know, I'm Biliana. I'm a social innovation coach and consultant, and I'm pushing and pulling you guys to do amazing work. And Victoria is?
I'm a teacher assistant at Le Wagon, which is a coding bootcamp here in Lausanne. And we teach our students in 9 weeks, how to become full stack developer from start to finish and create amazing products.
Beautiful. So let's get going. We're waiting for our slides to show up. So there they are. So why do you want to know how to do an elevator pitch? And here's the answer. Because we have prepared for you 2 demo days. And of course, none of them is obligatory, but you are very welcome to join and pitch. The first demo day is going to be on Friday, the 4th of September from 12 to 2 o'clock. And you will be pitching to the Founder Institute. They will be giving you feedback to each and every one of you who comes so that you can prepare even better for the big demo day, which is coming up on the 6th of November, Friday. Yes, you guessed it. And being an entrepreneur means pitching everywhere. So can I have the next slide, please, Daniel? Yes, I pitch, therefore I am. That's the mantra of Guy Kawasaki and all of us, right? We need to spread the news about the products and services we are creating. Next slide, please. So, it's really important to understand what this session is not. This session is not the investor's pitch deck. it's not the long 10-minute deck that you are going to show to your investors. We will be having another session on the 21st of August, where an investor will come and tell you how to do the investor pitch deck. But today, we focus only on the elevator pitch. Thank you. And next slide. So, what is the most precious resource when we talk about an elevator pitch? And I hope you know it. It's time. In an elevator, there's very little time between the floors. So you need to be able to use time effectively to achieve what you want. Next slide. And for our demo days, you will be having only 90 seconds to pitch, which means you better get this right. You better really learn and practice your elevator pitch in order to be able to share with the world the amazing solutions against COVID that we are designing here together. Next slide, please. So, the elevator pitch has three components. And they are the following: personal power, clarity, and an ask. We are going to be looking into each and every one of those three components so that you understand what they mean and how to use them. So let's look at the personal power. Next slide, please. So, where does your personal power come from? Would anybody like to unmute and share?
Well, may I?
From within?
Yes, please, of course.
From within.
Yes.
Yeah, from experience.
Oh, from within. I heard it. So you're saying your personal power comes from experience. Yes. Okay. And Ro, you were saying that your personal power comes from within. Yes. Yes, that's right. Okay. What else?
Confidence.
That's right. From your confidence. Yes. Beautiful. So thank you very much. And let's look at the next slide. So your personal power comes from your presence, from your authority, and from the impact that you're able to achieve. And what is presence? Presence is your ability to be in the moment, your ability to show up in that elevator, stand strong, and speak. Pronounce to the world that you're here and you have something to say. And your presence is usually expressed in the dimensions of the horizontal. Are you able to take space? Are you able to move around? Are you able to engage with the person in front of you? Or are you just standing like this and not trying to show up? So presence is really important. As entrepreneurs, we really need to be present. So, authority. As you said, Claudia, rightly, authority is about two things. The first thing is how you stand, and authority is the vertical. Do you stand straight up? And do you project your voice so that the people can hear you? And do you also speak with confidence, just like Ross said? And the second aspect of authority is your past. Everything which comes from your past, your knowledge, your experience, your credentials, everything that you are bringing with you is your authority in addition to the way you stand. Okay, next one. And the third component of your personal power is impact. Now, I know very well that impact is a very much used word, and it means so many things that at one point we are totally confused and have no idea what does it mean. But in the context of an elevator pitch, the impact has a very specific meaning. And this meaning is, what is it? Who knows?
This is the elevator time. You have to explain your idea to eventually an investor you meet inside the elevator.
Yes, that's right. But what is exactly the meaning of the word impact in the elevator, given the fact that you have so little time?
Hello, this is Jorge. Really, you want that other person in the elevator, when they walk out, they're going to remember.
Okay, beautiful. You want them to remember you. You want to make an impression. You want to grab their attention. Beautiful. Thank you, Jorge. Claudia.
Well, I think the impact is when the elevator pitch stretches itself to a longer period, where you talk longer and the listener is interested in your idea, maybe exchange contact numbers and stuff like that, you know. So from maybe that becomes business interaction or personal interaction, or something comes out of it.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Claudia. Did you hear her? She said, you exchange something, which means impact in the context of the elevator means your ability to change the behavior of the person you're talking to, right? So they give you their cards. They invite you for a coffee. They stop, continue listening, and miss their floor. That's the impact you are looking for. You are looking to change their behavior so that you can keep on the conversation going. That's right. Okay, so let's move on. The second thing to a successful elevator pitch is clarity. And clarity, again, has a very, very specific meaning in the context of an elevator pitch. So what does clarity mean to you in this context?
Getting your message across in as few words as possible.
Yes, getting your message across in as few words as possible. Thank you, Roanna.
Thank you.
Okay, I heard a male voice.
Yes, sorry, it was me, background noise.
Oh, okay, no problem. No problem. Anybody else wants to give it a try? And to add something to what Ross said?
I believe so. It's an impact of verbal and an impact phrase or text that people will, get interested in your message,
Okay.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm. Very close. In the context of the elevator pitch, clarity means one and only one thing. Next slide. That's what it means. Nothing else. You don't have the time to go and say, Well, no, this is not what I meant. Let me explain. You don't have the time. So whatever the other person understands is what you have meant to say. And therefore, it's really important to test your clarity, to talk to as many people from your target audience, from people you'll be pitching to make sure that clarity, that what you say is very close to what they understand. And in the feedback that we got from you 2 weeks ago, you were asking us how to do user testing when, well, with the elevator pitch, it's really easy. You prepare it and you go out there and tell it to people. It will take you only 90 seconds. And then what you do is you zip your mouth and you listen. You don't try to correct. You don't try to explain yourself. You don't try to clarify. You listen. What is the other person telling you? And is what is coming from him what you meant, what you wanted him to understand? And if the messages match, then you've done a great job at delivering your impact, your elevator pitch with clarity. Next one. So, talking about clarity, where do we start? And to make it simple, easy, and really understandable for you, I'll pass on to Victoria. Right, Victoria?
Yes. Let's get started. So one way of making it clear, we have a template that we use at Le Wagon, which is very concise and makes it more easy to pitch your idea. So if we go on to the next slide, usually when we usually pitch for one user segment that we really want to convince. So pick a user that you want to pitch to and base your pitch, elevator pitch on that segment. So there's 5 elements in your elevator pitch that you should really put forward and really create your pitch around them. Firstly is your target user. Who is your target user? And specify to it. Then the secondly is the initial need. So what is the need of that user and why they would want to use your product? The second is the goal. What is the goal of this application and how it would impact your user? Fourthly is your competitors and fifth, how you differentiate yourself compared to others. So there is an easy template that we use here at Le Wagon. And so if we go on to the next slide. Yes, so this is a very nice template and that is very effective. So for example, it's a product for user of this type of segment who needs to do something and want to achieve this, and they will choose your product because it allows the user to do this, and it's unlike your user. So we can take the example of Airbnb. It's a good example to base this template on. So Airbnb is a product for travelers around 30 years old, so very specific on the type of user and the segment who needs to book a place. So that's their need, and want to live an authentic experience. And they choose, therefore, Airbnb to do this because they can book homes from locals, unlike booking.com. So this is a nice template for you to use and try it out and see how, it's very concise. You can find it on the Excel sheets that I've shared before. I know that a few haven't been able to find it. So I'll quickly maybe share my screen to show you where exactly it is on the platform. I'm now on the platform that I've shared the link. It's the learning.com Le Wagon website. And if you go on to the instruction tab, you will see that you will have the UX research spreadsheet. And here you will be able to see the product pitch template. So as you see, we have here the templates and different example using Airbnb. So you can see based on the example and make your own. You can make a copy of this spreadsheet and then try it out. Today is the design sprint at Le Wagon, so it might be a bit slower than other days, so I apologize for that, but it should work. So yeah, if you have any also trouble, please let me know later. So I'll pass it on to Biliana again.
Yes, thank you very much, Victoria. Daniel, can we go to the last slide Victoria showed, please? Because I want to clarify a couple of things. Beautiful. So 4 is your target audience. That's clear. And what is really important to understand is that when it comes to who need to, you use only one verb. You don't mention 2 or 3 or 4 things or 4 jobs to be done. You mention only one job that this user needs to get done. And this is a job which needs to be done now. So there's something that they need to do and they feel the pain of having to do it. So remember, one verb that your user needs to do now because they're in pain, right? So the next one is, and they want to. No, please go back. So the next one is, so it's for travelers who want to book, one and only one verb. And they want to, again, one verb, live authentic experience. But they don't want to live the authentic experience now. They want to live the authentic experience in the future. So the need is the pain now, and the want is their imagine the future they want in, the thing they want in the future, or the unique value proposition. So here you put your unique value proposition because you know a lot about it already, using only one verb. And if you have difficulties choosing which verb this is, please go back to your people and ask them, hey, out of those 2 or 3 jobs that you need to get done, which is the one which causes you the biggest trouble, right? And when you find out this one verb with the value proposition, you put it in there. And the Airbnb is your product, right? My product will help you elevate the pain, and my product will help you live the future you want to live. So book with me, because you will be living the authentic experience booking from a local, unless you're a competitor. So I just want to make this very clear. You always go with one segment, one verb for pain, one job that needs to be done now, one verb that they want so badly in the future, which is your value proposition, and the comparison between how you are different from and the difference between how are you different from your competition. Any questions?
Very nice summary. Thank you, Rayhan.
You're welcome. If you don't have any questions, I think we have an interesting slide coming next, right, Daniel? What is it?
I have a question, if it's
Okay,
possible.
good. Go ahead, please.
So for the product, if we are in the middle, so one is for the user and one is for the management. Mm-hmm. So it means we could have two slides, let me say. So one is product is for this, because the user needs to mm-hmm. have this, and another slide for the management because they need other kind of information. Is it right?
Exactly. That's the thing. Because imagine you're in the elevator. How many times do you meet the user and the manager in the same elevator? You meet one or the other. And when you meet the manager, you need to be able to pull your pitch for the manager because the added value will be different. Manager wants one thing in the future, whereas your user wants another thing in the future. So you need to develop the pitches for as many segments as you have.
Okay.
And you need to really test them with your users and with your managers to make sure that they understand them.
Okay, good.
The way you want them to understand them.
Okay.
Beautiful. You're very welcome, Romano. Any other questions? So, if there are no more questions, let's see who would like to pitch. And of course, we'll give you feedback. So, if you want to try, now is your time.
Okay, I will.
Yay! Thank you, Claudia. You're so brave.
Wow. The more I do, the better I get, I suppose. Yes?
Yep. Very right.
Okay. Good afternoon to everybody. And my name is Claudia. And my solution is called Equinox. We connect patients to doctors in their preferred language. Finding a doctor, it's a very sensitive, I started over. I messed it up. Sorry. Okay. We are Equinox. We connect to doctors in their preferred language. It's already a difficult task, especially one that finds your language. So we do that. How different we are from other companies here. You book online direct to the doctor. You don't go to any telemed or any other. Okay, that's it. I have to improve. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So who would like to give Claudia feedback? And again, the feedback comes with you paraphrasing what you heard in your own words.
What was the pain? Claudia.
We connect patients to doctor through virtual consultation, their preferred language. That's what we do.
No, what is the pain? What is the pain of the people, your clients?
Immigrant population here in Switzerland and Europe, which is here in Switzerland, for example, there are people in Geneva, for example, that speaks French. They are Swiss, but they live in Zurich, and they need to find a doctor that speaks French here in Zurich. So connect them direct to that doctor that they are looking for example. I just had this friend in that situation. He's French actually, and he's living in Zurich. And I told him about this solution, and he said, well, that will interest me because I don't speak German. And it would be nice if I find a doctor that speaks my language here, and I could book direct to the doctor instead of, calling my insurance company. So that's the idea. Help them find one, the most available near to them. They can see their profile. They can see, and they can book direct, You don't have to call the clinic and talk to your receptionist and find out if they have such and such time for you. So you see that online and you book, and that's it. Voila, it's ready to go.
So, did you hear, everybody? How much time did Claudia use to explain to Ro what is a pain point? And how many words? And if we were together live, I would have asked you, when did you lose Claudia? When did you stop listening to her? And unfortunately, we are not, but I can tell you when I stopped listening to her. And I stopped listening to her when she said, we do this, we do that. So in this sense, the elevator pitch does not start with I am and we are. It starts with the job the product, the service that will help your target group. And what I heard from what you say, your target group is the immigrant population in Switzerland, which does not speak different languages. And their pain point is that they don't speak the languages and therefore cannot find a doctor. It's difficult. So you're releasing that pain point. So you really need to stop thinking about what you are doing and start thinking of, hey, this is what I'm doing for you. And this is how you can benefit. And this is how you can get this job done. Okay? So Claudia, please have a look again at the template. It's a very small template. It's really powerful. And try to really put it down so that when you meet an immigrant, they understand immediately what you do for them. And they go, hey, I want to test. I want to be there. I want to be the first user of your platform.
Yes, thank you so much for the feedback, Royana, Biliana, for having that feedback. And can you please do that pitch for me so that I understand? Because I cannot, even though I understand, for me it's difficult to, it's like I'm offering my service to you and not the other way around. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I think yes. I must do the reverse. I think I must bring the users to the center and not the solution, if I understood correctly.
That's right. You understood very well. So let's go to the template and try doing it together, right?
Okay.
Daniel, can you help us, please? Okay. So your product or your platform, what do you call it actually?
Platform.
Your platform is for
the immigrant population
in
Switzerland
who
needs to find a doctor.
No. Okay. So, and what is the job? So immigrant population in Switzerland who need to find a doctor. But what is really the most important thing about this population? Because they're all
communication in their own language.
What is the pain point of the particular segment of the immigrant population you want to work with?
I would say it's the communication barrier there.
The doctor who doesn't speak the language.
Exactly.
That's right. Let's put it in very simple words. So it's for the immigrant. Go ahead.
Who need to find a doctor speak their language.
Exactly. Who need to find a doctor who speaks their language. That's the pain point now. What do they want in the future? What do they want? This is what they need, but what do they want in the future?
They want to book online the doctor that speaks their language.
That's the need. They need to book. Do they want to be healthy in the future? Do they want to have one doctor that they can communicate from now on? Do they want their kids to be healthy? Do they want to treat? What is it that they want to achieve after they have booked and seen the doctor?
Well, they want to achieve, I think it's to get advice. Advice, I don't know. I don't know.
Just I try. They want to understand what they have to do next. So if what's their pain, what they are sick, they want to understand what to do.
Okay, there are many ways to go around here.
Yeah.
For example, it's for immigrants. This is a platform for immigrants who need to book a doctor and want to be able to be understood and understand what the doctors say.
Yeah.
They choose our product, the name of the product, because, and here you continue. But what I just said, the want, is I made it up. Is this what your user really want? I don't know. So what you really need to go and do is get out there and say, hey, if you're able to book a doctor who speaks your language, what will the added value be? How will your life get better? How will your life get better? And you take notes, and from the explanation of how their life will get better, you put here, and they want to, right?
Okay.
But this means a conversation with the particular user. Otherwise, we are just thinking, we are talking, we are not doing anything. We don't know. Okay? Okay.
Yeah, the people that I've talked to, they have immigrant population. When I explain that I connect patients to doctor and they prefer language, they find it nice. But they said, well, that would be a great thing if I could do so, book online and talk to my doctor in my own language. So yes, they all like that. I get a really good feedback on it. But I don't know what else from there. They stops there, I mean, it's good because you have, being able to talk with the doctor in your own language, it's nice to them. But I don't get what comes after it. I don't know how that changed their life. I mean, of course I can understand.
Imagine you're the patient and you're sick, and I offer you this platform.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, what do you want to achieve? Today you're sick and today you are unable to book, but tomorrow when I give you the platform, you are able to book. What would you like to achieve?
Okay.
It's a question.
Wow, for me, it's like a pain relief,
You want to get healthy, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You get
I want to get help. I want to get health. I want to,
You want to get healthy.
Yeah.
And to continue living a happy life in Switzerland.
Yes.
So this is the big picture. Go to your users and try to really get the details of how would their life get better when they get healthy.
Okay.
Okay? And that's
and
what you put in there.
Magical word and put it there. Okay.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. So does anybody else want to try?
I would love to.
Beautiful. Go ahead, Ro. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So my company's Nosh Rocks. I'm a food chain detective helping you to find fabulous food that rocks your body. Food with the comfort of junk food, the impact of superfood, and the sorry, I got that wrong. So I'm targeting like women over 30 because they're health givers, and they often they help the family, and they want permanent radiant health and weight loss, and also radiant health, because during this coronavirus crisis, it's come out that we need to support our immune systems. And they choose Nosh Rocks because it's a permanent change of eating habits and lifestyle, but with amazing tasting food. And they want future health. And it's unlike a weight loss program because it's focused on holistic health.
Okay, so who understood what? Please unmute yourself and give Raw your feedback.
I heard, I understood that it's for women who want to support their immune system and to lose weight, and that they choose you because it tastes delicious.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Did you hear that, Ro?
Yeah, thank you.
Although, in fairness, I heard Ro's pitches a few times before. So maybe I have the connection.
Okay. Great. Great. Did you hear in how many words, Miguel, that was you, right?
Yes.
Did you hear in how many words he expressed it?
Yes.
Yes. So usually,
less than mine.
That's right. That's right. And that's what you're targeting. You're targeting to have very few words you just take away all the bells and whistles. Both Rowana and Claudia started with I am. I do this. The moment you start with I, you lose your loser.
Okay, sorry.
I know we are all important and we all like to talk about ourselves, but to be true entrepreneurs, we need to contribute to the pain of others. So we go straight to who they are and what they need to get done in order to live the future they want to live, right? So please follow the template. Get rid of I am, and this is what I do, and go straight forward to this is a platform for, this is a course for, who need to, now, and want, ... in the future. They choose me because. Okay?
Thank you.
Any questions? Thank you, Rowana. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so if there are no more questions, let's move on.
I think Miguel wants to pitch.
Miguel, go ahead, please, do pitch.
Yes, please. Hi, I'm Miguel.
Course.
I turned off my
Thank
video
you.
to save on bandwidth.
Good to see you.
Yes, likewise. It's been a while.
Yes.
So here's the pitch. The videos are for parents of 5 to 10-year-olds who need to address their children's tantrums and want their children to be emotionally intelligent.
Wow.
They choose our videos because with us, children thrive on their emotions, unlike Sesame Street and mindfulness apps.
That was short and powerful.
Thank you.
What do the others think?
Yes, great, Miguel. When I grow up, I want to be like you.
Well, watch our videos. We'll do a series on pitching.
Okay.
I want to know more.
Just joking.
And see, that's the magic. The magic is to choose as few words as possible.
Just to get them interested.
Exactly. Just to get them interested. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Amazing.
Thank you.
So let's move on. Next slide, please. Next one. Next one. And now that we have them interested, a great elevator pitch. always finishes with an ask. You can't leave people who are interested just hanging in there and not giving them more of what you have. So a great elevator pitch always finishes with an ask. You want to know more? Give me your card. I'll give you a call. You want to know more? Let's have coffee. You want to know more? Let me send you my email. You want to know more? Let's travel up and down one more time. Once you have their interest, you have the power. And you need to make sure that you take the power in your own hands and move them forward with you towards achieving the thing that you need to achieve, right? And this is for, if you don't have an ask to an elevator pitch, people are like, so what? Now what? They're lost. You've really made them interested, and then you let them drop. Don't do that. Always have an ask. Can we go to, somebody wanted to say something. Am I correct? If not, let's move to the next slide. There we go. That's the point where you ask them for something. But what I've noticed is that people usually go out there and like, hey, take my business card, take my business card, take my business cards. First of all, they spend money printing their business cards. And second of all, they give them away. And if you give a business card to somebody, who has the power to take the next action? I can tell you, it's the person who has the business card. So if you give your business card to somebody, you sit home waiting to receive a message from them. And that's not the point. The point is that you remain with the power to take action. This means you need their business card so that you can initiate the next step and move your own project forward. So remember, an ask is a must, and it needs to leave you with the power to take the next step. Okay, let's move on. So, an elevator pitch, you use your personal power, you speak with clarity, and you have tested it, and you've tried it, and you know which are the 50 words maximum you're going to use, and you always end with an ask that allows you to take a powerful next action. Let's move on. So, what else matters? What else matters is not only, and now we are no longer in the elevator, we are participating in Demo Day versus Virus Demo Day on the 4th of September. You will have a PowerPoint presentation. So you will have your audio pitch, and you will also have a visual story that your 1 or 2 slides will convey. What is important is to really realize that you have 2 parallel stories. One is the spoken story, and the other one is the story that you're showing, which means if you make them complementary to one another, you have double the time. I mean, you don't have the double the time. You manage to fit the double 2 times the same information into 2 different channels and use only 90 seconds. And again, it's really important to choose when to say something and when just to show something. And keep your mouth shut. Okay, let's move on. So on the visual story, Victoria will tell you a little bit more.
Visual sides, there's a few resources that I can share. So for example, if you're interested in making your presentation more personal and more related to your brand, you can use Google Fonts to find the right font for your product to really tell the story and make your presentation more visually appealing. So this is a resource for font. There's one slide. The next one Here is for colors. So Color Hunt is a great platform where you can pick one color and then it will show you other colors that are best match with that one color that you like, so that you can have complementary colors to really create maybe brand logos or create a presentation with colors that complement each other. Then there is Color Picker. Color Picker is a easy tool that you can plug into your Chrome and that you can use to pick any colors on other website that you like and know exactly which color they're using. So if you go on Airbnb and you really like that color, you can use Color Picker to find it. For the next slide. And then for images, if you're interested in finding pictures that you can use that are free to use, two resources that are really good are Unsplash. So any pictures on Unsplash are free to use. And another one is Flickr. So you have both those platforms if you want to use any visuals, if you want like pictures of doctors that are working, you can find them on Unsplash and they're very good quality also. Next slide. For icons, if you want to include any icons on your website, there are two really good Illustrator websites. One is Nucleo and there's another one called Andro and Found Awesome also. So there you can find icons that you can also use for your presentations. So that's kind of a few resources that I can share with you to make your visual presentation more impactful.
Thank you very much, Victoria. So what do we have left, Daniel? We have a question. How do you know that you have pitched with impact?
Well, maybe if if the people in front of you make some question, maybe it could be interested on your product, on your service.
Mm-hmm. That's right. If they ask you questions. Yes, what else?
They say that, like, for Miguel's, they want to know more.
That's right. They're curious. You've managed to make them curious and they want to know more.
Yes, and maybe also they give you their card.
That's right. Remember, impact in the context of the elevator pitch means you being able to change their behavior, which means they put their hand in their pocket, or here it is, took out their wallet, took their business card, and gave it to you. That's the impact. And if they have done what you've asked them to do, then you know that you have had impact. So you will be able to contact them and arrange the next meeting and talk to them further, right? That's impact. In the context of the elevator pitch, what impact is very clear, and you know it immediately. So, what do we have left? We clarified this. So that's it. But before that, if you have any further questions, we are here for you to answer them. Please, questions.
Where did you get your illustrations?
Where did I get mine? Okay, I got my illustrations, let me tell you. I got them on Blush. And they're blush.design. And they're amazing. I a colleague. Her name is Nina. We worked together for the Second Versus Virus hackathon, and she told me about blush.design, and I love the illustrations there.
Thank you.
I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
The design sprint at the Le Wagon, it's open to all of us, or it's how does it work, Victoria? I saw the schedule there, and I wasn't sure if we were supposed to participate on it, or I don't know.
Yeah, so it was created for the presentation that I did last week. And so anyone who is interested can use the code and access the slides.
Okay, thank you.
And in the slides, you really have the blueprint of how to do things in a very easy way. So if you want to really create your pitch, you follow this structure that you gave us. And if you want to put the different actions or the journey, the jobs that your user needs to get done, which is called the user journey, you also go there and you put them so that you know what is it that your person needs to get done, and you can help them with your platform. So it's a very useful spreadsheet. I would invite you to have a look and to explore it, to make a copy, and to do it for your own projects. And you'll see that it'll be really helpful, because the secret is in the small things. And the small things are things like use one verb, then use another verb. So to the power of one, we need to simplify things in order to be able to explain them to the people we want to work with.
It's true. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Any other questions? If there are no more questions, I would like briefly, before I go ahead and thank Victoria for this amazing presentation, I would like to let you know that next time we are going to have Marti Deli with us. Marti Deli is a very close friend, and she works for the Auto Design Factory. She is their community developer and their communications person. And she will be telling you and sharing with you how to build a story so that you can use storytelling as a communication tool when you talk to your investors, to your users, to the managers out there. So please join us next time to understand how to build a story with Marti. But before that, hey, Victoria, thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you, Le Wagon, for sharing with us your resources. I am personally using them a lot. I hope our participants are also going to use them a lot. And we look forward to seeing you again, I hope.
Thank you very much for having me. It was a pleasure, and I hope you like the resources and use them.
Thank you. So if you haven't eaten, have lunch, do your pitch, go out there and test it, because clarity is what the other one understands, and get ready for a demo day. Thank you, and see you next Friday. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.